Hi, my name is Ashley Tolliver, beauty expert and makeup artist here with Proper Girl. We're also here with our lovely model, Alana, and today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial featuring fall trends. We're going to be using warm tones, also featuring a cool metallic lip. So before we start the makeup application, it's very important that we prep and prime the skin with a moisturizer of your choice. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just applying moisturizer over our entire face. And we're just going to prep the skin for our foundation. This will help the foundation adhere to the skin better and have a much smoother makeup application. I prefer to use a brush when applying foundation. I'm going to use a buffer brush. And I'm just going to lightly just buff the foundation into her skin for an overall even makeup application. And I do prefer to use brushes. Also, it takes less time for me and I can spread the product pretty evenly. And next what I want to do is highlight. So what a highlight is going to do is bring Alana's feature forward and it's going to brighten the under eye area. I do prefer to use wedges when applying concealer, and I want to just pat it into the skin. And I'm patting it just so I can get the product in folds as well, and this will help eliminate creasing underneath the eye. And a little bit goes a long way because we don't want the product to apply cakey or heavy looking. Get around the bottom of the nose and the nook and cranny, also the sides of the mouth too, where there can be a little bit of discoloration. Ball of the chin. We're also going to apply a little bit on the forehead too. Again, we want to bring the center of her face forward. Next, what we're going to do to bring everything together is contour. This is going to basically bridge the gap between the highlight and just Alana's skin complexion. And we're going to start with the brim of the face. This is where the face have natural shadows and we just want to bring out her natural contour, nothing overpowering or heavy. Turn to the side for me. Do a little contour, the jawline. This way, please. And this is going to help shape Alana's face and bring forth her lovely cheekbones. Now we're going to set her foundation with a translucent powder. And basically this is going to help keep our concealer in place underneath the eye. And also keep our foundation in place on the forehead and ball of the chin so the product is not slipping and sliding all over the place, and it helps eliminate excess oil and shine. So next we're going to start with the brows, and brows are very important. They basically shape the facial structure. I don't like for brows to be too harsh or overpowering. Alana has a very nice natural arch, and what I want to do is basically fill in her brows where it looks more hair-like versus just recreating a brow, if that makes sense. So I'm going to just take a brow pencil of my choice and I'm going to lightly create hair-like strokes just to fill in sparse spaces. Again, not recreating a brow, but helping to improve and enhance the natural shape of Alana's brow. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can create a soft highlight underneath the brow bone. So the same concealer that I use underneath Alana's eye, I'm just going to lightly apply it just at the to create a highlight on the brow bone. Also, what this does, it gives the brow a more crisp and defined arch. And there we have it. So I'm just going to blend this down to her eyeball. And what this is going to do is also work as a primer and prep the eye for our eyeshadow application. So next what I want to do is use a cream base eyeshadow to apply on the lid. I'm using a very natural color closer to Alana's skin complexion. I want to create a very soft, warm tone smoky eye using this. And I'm just making sure I cover the entire lid. And notice I'm only keeping the color on the lid. I'm not touching where we created the highlight. I still want to have that broken up just to keep a dimension. Now we're going to start with our eyeshadow, and I want to use, again, a warm tone. So I'm going to start with an orange. And I'm going to use this orange as a transition color. I'm just going to blend it in so it just doesn't look so orange. But again, this is going to create that nice fall warm tone. And after we apply our transition color, make sure it's well blended. We can apply a deeper color to create a soft smoke. So I'm using a darker brown and blend it into the transition color. It's not going to be so harsh. And if you pay attention, I'm just squiggling in a circular motion. This is going to help me diffuse the color and blend it out. Using the same brush, I'm going to take a metallic color of my choice. I think I've been eyeing this one, so let's go for it. And I'm just going to keep this bronzy color in the center of her lid. So I'm concentrating on the ball of the lid with a metallic color. And I want to saturate and make sure I'm packing on a significant amount of product just so the color pops. And now I can go in a circular motion just to blend it into the smoke. Now we're moving forward with eyeliner to bring our eyeshadow together. I prefer to use a cream liner just because I can concentrate the liner as close to the lash line as possible. And this will help me just create just a soft, subtle line without something that's thick or harsh. So I'm applying with an angled brush, and I'm just keeping the product again as close to the lash line as possible. When I'm finished, if I decide I want to make the line thicker, I can do so. It's easier to start little and just build. Once you go big, it's kind of hard to turn back. So again, I just like to start small and just build my way up. And I'm going to add a little bit on the bottom line. I don't want to take the liner all the way around her eye. I just really want to accentuate her shape. So I'm going to apply a little liner in the inner eye or the tear duct, and I'm only going to take it halfway around just to create a shape. So it's more like a Pac-Man mouth. In this way, the eye still looks big and bubbly and bright and open without me overpowering it with eyeliner. Moving along, we're going to take the same dark color that we used to apply the smoke on Alana's top lid. We're going to smudge it underneath her bottom lash line, just to bring the smoked out look together. So I'm just smudging it out and connecting it to the top of her lid. And again, more so creating like a Pac-Man mouth motion, if that makes sense. Then I can take my blendy brush and blend it out. Now we're going to make the eyes pop with a little bit of mascara. And look straight ahead for me. And I'm going to start with applying the mascara as close to the lash line as possible and wiggle my way up. Make sure you get the lashes in the inner corner of the eyes too. Same thing with this side. It's very important that we hit the bottom lashes as well. And I'm just going to lightly brush the wand in a downward motion. So now we're going to move forward with continuing highlighting Alana's face. We did lay a translucent powder to set her foundation. This is, again, that was to help with the excess oil. And now we're going to go in with our powder to actually create the highlight. So again, this powder is a shade or two lighter than Alana's complexion. But again, we want the center of the face to remain significantly brighter than the border. This again will bring Alana's features forward. So I'm just patting that powder into the skin. I'm also going to create a little bit underneath her jawline to make the contour more crisp and prevalent. So now we can see definition of her face where it's, you know, more bronze on the border and it's significantly lighter in the center. So this brought her features back, lifted her cheekbones, and that's what we want to achieve with highlighting the face. So I am going to use a bit of a wispy lash on Alana. And what I like to do is before I even apply glue, I test the strip and I'm going to place it over the eye just to make sure it's not too long for her lash. If I need to cut it, I will do so. And open for me. Okay, so I don't have to do anything to this lash but apply it. Her eye actually supports the length of this lash. So while I'm waiting on the glue to get tacky, I can actually move forward to lips. So in Alana's case, I don't want to overdraw her line. I want to stay within her natural lip line. And I'm just going to shade it in on the border. And now I am going to take a liquid matte lipstick and I'm going to apply it in the center of Alana's lip and just blend it in an outward motion. And I'm just blending it into the liner. So again, the liquid lipsticks, good choice for someone who wants a long wearing lip. It's going to go on wet, but it's going to dry matte. Now that my glue has gotten tacky for our lashes, we're going to go back to it. And I'm just going to apply just a little bit on the base of the lash. And just lightly put it on. Hold it for about 5 seconds just to make sure it's secure. And I'm just going to press down. You can use your hands or you can use tweezers for this part. It's easier for me to use my hands. Okay, so I'm going to add the final touches on Alana's eye, and a trick that I like to do to basically make the eye appear more open and bright. I like to take a highlight color and dab it in the inner corner of the eye. So I'm going to take a light color with a slight metallic and just apply it in the inner corner of the eye. And then we're going to add our final touches on her face with blush. And I'm going to go slightly above the contour. So I'm going to take it from the apples of the cheek and draw it all the way to the back. And this is going to, again, lift those cheekbones. And I'm just going again in a circular motion just to diffuse the color and to blend it out. The blush should blend into the contour and into the highlight that we created. And you can smile when you're applying your blush just to help with the placement. Again, you're going above the contour color and in and below the highlight color. So it's going to be in between. And we're going to just blend it out again to bridge the cheek color, the highlight, and contour together. Then if you want a little bit of a nice glaze to the skin, you can take a highlighter and smile for me and take that above your blush color. So it's going to create a soft glaze on the cheek. And honestly, you don't have to contour your nose. You can get the same look in less time by just applying the highlight color on the ball of the nose, just to give it a more defined look. And I'm going to top everything off with our setting spray. This is going to bring everything together, make the powder look less powdery and make the skin look more skin-like with our makeup on. And that's it.